Lens protocol, the social media platform by Aave, has acquired Sonar. Sonar is a mobile app whose users have piloted NFT-linked avatars in digital worlds. So this is Lens's first acquisition, which is pretty interesting because we're in such a deep bear market. And it plans to integrate its decentralized profile system with Sonar's avatars to create a singular identity within its metaverse. Zach, a lot going on here, but pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, if Web3 social is ever going to work, it better work right now with Twitter allegedly imploding, bursting at the seams. Everyone's talking about Mastodon or whatever, or trying new things. And now is the moment. You're just not seeing a lot of noise about it. But I guess if you look under the hood and you look at according to certain, Dune Analytics dashboards, Lens Protocol saw its biggest month in November, right? People trying this thing out, Web3 social in a way that works for them. So I feel like now is the moment. Maybe Aave, maybe the team at Lens recognizes that, and maybe they're in a position to bring some more talent into the fold such that Web3 social can sort of finally click. Because I feel like now, it's got to be the moment, right, Wendy? Like, now is the moment with all these people thinking about whether or not they continue their social media lives in Web 2 or try something new. And then Lens, I think, is probably one of the preeminent examples of what Web3 social could be. But I don't know.
So somebody that's an avid content creator, because I'm literally on every single platform, there's a lot of features that the people that are building these platforms do not take into account. They don't take into account user experience, UI, UX, how easy it is, auto upload, so many different things. Because people reach out to me all the time. They're like, Wendy, try my decentralized platform. There's a couple things that I always ask for. They're like, oh no, well, we don't offer those. And I'm like, then why would I leave my Web 2 platforms to build an audience on your Web 3 platform when it doesn't do the basic things that I need it to do? So if you're somebody who's building a platform, or if you're somebody that's watching this that is working on a platform, please listen to your content creators, listen to your audience, because all that's going to end up happening is you're going to create these really great social media platforms for Web3, but they're going to end up failing because they're not doing what users want. In order for Web3 platforms to do well, they need to be very similar to some of the Web 2 platforms, but make it so that blockchain technology, if that's what you're using, is absolutely seamless, that people do not know what they're using, that they're just able to merge over to Web3 social media platform and use it just like they would their Web 2 platform, but it still has the same features, but it either is encompassing more privacy or ownership or however it is that you're building. And I do think it would be very interesting to use an app that has similarities of YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok all in one. Because let's face it, especially all the stuff that we saw last week, it is actual people that are breaking news stories and not censoring themselves, because we've caught MSM censoring themselves.
You got it.
Okay, I'll go super quick, Zach. Wendy, I think you're absolutely right. When I set up my Lens profile, I ran into just a few, I think, kind of buggy things. Like I couldn't set it up on one browser, so I had to try another browser. And I actually had to speak to people at Aave to figure this out. And I'm not a dumb person. I just think it wasn't working I don't know what was going on. And I can understand how this would be super frustrating for someone who doesn't engage in Web3 products at all. And so I think now is the time, Zach, to have these platforms out there. But if they're not easy to use and they're still very much in beta, which they are, I don't think that the audience is going to come. And I think we're kind of a long way out from these Web3 platforms acting like an Instagram or a Facebook or TikTok. And I really do think that the value prop needs to be, this is the better Twitter or this is the better Instagram, and here's why. And we're not saying that it's better because it uses blockchain or there are NFTs involved. There needs to be a real reason that creators and people who use social media today can see that it's better. And that is the end of my rant. Zach.
I saw Wendy wanted to get in. I'll just say, there's a quote from Stani from Aave floating around, the founder of Aave Protocol, who's also associated with Lens in some capacity. He's saying this is really about, upping our mobile app strategy, right? And I think, Jen, you're right. This needs to be mobile first, needs to be user friendly, needs to be accessible and fun and cool. Unlike a lot of these protocols that, you're right, leave a lot to be wanting in terms of user experience. So if I had to sort of read between the lines, this may be more of an acqui-hire in terms of getting some smart people who are building mobile apps and making them cool, getting those people in the door so that they can ramp up their mobile approach as they bring Lens to more people, right? And I think that is promising, interesting, potentially exciting, but I think there's still a lot of challenges that need to be solved. Wendy, take it.
I guess my closing thought with this is most celebrities, athletes, people with very, very large followings, they have other people posting on their social media platforms for them. It's not them. Like if you see celebrity A, it's literally not them most of the time. They have PR companies or marketing that's doing it. And if these people can't figure out how to use these decentralized Web3 platforms, they're not going to take off. Yes, you can grow a base with just, your average folks on there, which is totally fine. But at the same time, they're really looking towards all of these big names to come over. And it's really a turnoff for a lot of them from my personal experience, what I've seen and who I've talked to as far as consulting on the back end. So hopefully we get it together and we start building things in crypto that are easy to use for the masses, for people that, like myself, just average moms that just want to go on social media and have a good time and not have to use 13 different browsers. Because sometimes I forget I have to use a different browser with a different platform, and it sucks.
Wendy, are you the average mom?
I am. I totally am.
You're a show's average mom. Sorry, Zach.
I was going to say, I think it goes back to like iOS, right? Like we saw this news out of I think it was Coinbase recently that in Coinbase wallet, the self-custodial wallet, NFT functionality was disabled because they alleged Apple wouldn't let them have that in their latest release, right? So I think like there is that hurdle that a lot of these teams are facing, is that at the hardware level, it's not exactly a level playing field for some of these upstart firms that are looking to create those successful mobile experiences, right? Because if you can't support the in-app functionality that is native to what crypto is really about, right? True ownership of some of these assets, and you're facing, I don't know what, your 30% tax for something that's in an Apple environment, that's a pretty like significant hurdle. So I think stepping back, there are sort of not macroeconomic in the broader sense, but bigger economic issues that these teams are facing when they're trying to get to market in a way that is at par with some of the Web 2 offerings currently out there. But hey, it's tough. Jen, sorry, I stepped on you.
No, that's okay. It's fine. We're all friends here. I think, Wendy, to your point earlier, it's the season to build, right? And so now I think is when platforms should be building the technology, building their platforms, figuring out this user experience thing. And then in the next bull cycle, we can start to try and attract some of those celebrity influencers. I think right now, if we were going to, and I say we, like I work at Lens or Aave, I don't. If they were going to go out there and try to attract celebrities, I think it's pretty bad time given what's happened with FTX and how many celebrities have been burned in the industry. You don't think so?
No, no. I had a couple meetings with a couple places last week, and this is when this is when the people that are serious, this is when they're actually out building and recruiting. But yeah, it's definitely happening. It's just you have to have the right connections, et cetera, and actually build something that people can use or they're excited to use. Zach?
So the celebrities are not scared?
Dude, I don't know if you guys saw this one, but there was a Ledger product placement in the new Metro Boomin video.
I saw that.
Did you see this?
I did see that.
That
so
was shocking.
Cool. It's
anyway.
true. I'm winding back
Ledger
on my thoughts
here.
there. I'm backpedaling.
All right, it's okay.